I'm retired Fire Chief Tom Moore, and we're about to show you a film that was taken in 1957 in all the elementary schools in Clinton. This was Fire Prevention Week, and we went around and had drilling children on how to exit a building in case they had a fire. We usually held 2 fire drills, one regular fire drill and one obstructed one. And as we show you this film, you'll see them coming out on these. Once we got them outside, we did demonstrate fire extinguishers and let them actually handle them. To give you a little history about this film or a little background, this has been in my possession for many years now, and I found it, and I tried to find a projector that could project it so I could show it. But this was on a 16 millimeter projector, and they was obsolete at this time. So I contacted Jazzcast Productions and asked them if they could possibly transfer this over to a videotape so it could be shown throughout the town. And if you happen to be viewing this and we're in school in 1957, if you look at the school you went to as we show it, you can probably pick yourself out of it. Actually, we worked hard on this. It was Mr. Lavelle's idea that if we made this film, it would have more meaning than if I brought some of these films that was throughout the area that at that time there was what we call can films. The kids wouldn't recognize them and it would have no meaning for them. But we took this film back and showed it to the kids, and they were very, very pleased to find themselves, and you ought to see the excitement when they see themselves coming out. Also, as they made mistakes, we pointed these mistakes out to them so they wouldn't make them again. Mr. O'Toole filmed this in the schools, and not luckily, but at the end of this film, we had the high school fire, which occurred in February of the following year. And he had, in finishing off this film, he added the high school fire. And we could point out to the kids that fires always don't happen in other towns and in other states. It could happen right here in Clinton, and they did. So we have that film of the high school fire. Here we are getting ready to leave the Clinton Fire Station to go to 9 elementary schools throughout the town of Clinton to hold fire drills. This is a Fire Prevention Week of 1957. This little boy you see on the back of the fire truck now is elementary supervisor John Lavelle's son, John Jr. He grew up to follow in his father's footsteps, and he became a teacher in the Clinton schools. He was a teacher at the Clinton Middle School. Here we are coming up Church Street on our way to schools. Whoops, here we nearly got cut in half by a truck on the way. This is a Forbes school in the Acre. It was located in the corner of Chase Street and Berlin Road. It has since been razed, and now in its place we have Edward Philbin Memorial Park. Here the kids are leaving in a fire drill. We'll get them out in the yard and teach them a little bit about fire extinguishers and so on. Well, we got them all outside now, and they're happy to be outside, I think. And here, after talking to them for a while, we lined them up and give them a chance at using our fire extinguishers. This had been a mystery to them, those cans that's hanging on the walls, and we're removing that mystery. In case they ever need it, they'll know how to use these fire extinguishers. That's a CO2 extinguisher I'm showing them there now. The kids used to call this their rocket ship. There they are using our hose from the truck. Now we've progressed. We left Forbes School and we're down on Walnut Street at the Corcoran School. That man you see coming out now is elementary supervisor John Lavelle. Incidentally, when I was in the 7th grade, John Lavelle was my teacher here at the Corcoran School. Here, after talking to her a while, we give them a little demonstration. That boy you see there is Tommy Baum. They all seem very interested. I hope they was learning something. Coming down Water Street now, approaching Bauer School, which is was located at the corner of Branch and Water Street. It is now a condominium unit. Here they are coming out the obstructed way over the fire escape. The teachers will be the last one out here on the fire escape, and I'll tell you who they are as they come down. That's Jean Gannon McNally, she was a teacher here, and that's Evelyn Flaherty Vadas, she was the principal of Bauer School. There's John Lavelle talking to the kids. Here I let the kids try on some fire helmets we have on the truck, and they seem to get a kick out of that. This little girl you see on the truck there is Richard O'Toole's little daughter. He's the one that made this film. This is Greeley School over on Flag Street. It is now a church. Here we are raising the ladder truck. As I said before, we were conducting regular drills and obstructed drills, and of course the kids always have questions, and they wanted to know what would happen if we couldn't get out the regular way or the obstructed way. So we're demonstrating here that we'd bring the ladder and have another set of stairs. Here I climb the ladder, and they can see that we put it through a window and they could come down that if need be. Here they're really giving my truck a working over. We allow them to do this, and they seem to enjoy it. Now we've progressed. We're down on High Street now at the Parkhurst School. It is now in use today as a kindergarten. There's Fuller Field in the background. Did leave them to climb all over the ladder truck, but naturally we wouldn't let them climb it. So here we're giving them a view of what it looks like from the top of the ladder. Down below are the teachers and Mr. Lavelle. Now up on Bird Hill. This is the Dame School on the top of Bird Hill at Winter and Park Street. That has since been raised and it is now a residential area. This little boy is Francis Ranieri. Here they are coming down the fire escape at the Dame School. Now we're on Walnut Street. This was the Major McCrell School. That has since been raised, and it was located, well, you can see in the background the First Baptist Church, and the Congregational Church was on the other side of it. It is now a municipal parking lot. This is the old high school. It was located on the corner of Chestnut and Union Street. This was February of 1958 when it burnt down. And here's some pretty good shots of it during the progress of the fire. Looks like we had a lot of spectators there that morning. This brings back a few memories because I graduated from that high school. You can see we drew quite a crowd there. This was in the morning as the fire was dying down, but all these kids reported thinking they were going to school, and I think they were very happy to see the old place burn because they got the day off. In fact, they got quite a few days off. This is one might call him Jimmy McLaughlin. That happens to be myself. We hope you enjoyed the film as you've seen it so far, and it probably gives you a pretty good idea of what school days was like then, back in 1957. And you can compare the buildings that you've seen in this film with what you have today, and you can see the real progression that has been made. I hope you enjoyed the picture as you're seeing it now, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank Jeff Snyder for transferring this from Richard O'Toole's old 16mm film onto this video, so that now it can be enjoyed by all.